Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the Sending Sunshine release blog hop with Simus's Stamp, and I've got a project to share with you featuring one of my favorite sets from the release. It's called Hex Yeah, designed by the one and only Kathy Zilski. So let's dive right in. I'm going to be doing one of my favorite techniques, the old ink smushing. Love it. Never get tired of it. And I haven't done it in a while, so I thought, hey, hex yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm smushing some candied apple, some carved pumpkin, and some mustard seed onto my Ranger Craft mat here. Then once I smush them down, I'm going to spritz it with the Distress sprayer. Taking out a piece of Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock, slapping it down, smushing it down, and would you look at that magic? Okay, that's all you got to do. There are so many different ways you can ink smush. This is just one of the many. Okay, so now that I did a red, orange, and yellow, I figured I'd do one with the cool tones. You know, you got to have the warm tones, got to have the cool tones, hot, cold, salty, sweet. You know how it goes. Just want to cover all the bases. So I smushed on some Twisted Citron, Mermaid Lagoon, little blueprint sketch, and just a smidge of Wilted Violet. Spritzing it again with the water. Now this is where you got to be careful. I made a little bit, I think I sprayed too much water. Because then when I flipped it over, I felt like, whoa, that's really diluted. And you know, sometimes I like a subtle look. And then other times I want a vibrant look. It just kind of depends on the mood. You know what I mean? So depending on how vibrant you want your color to be is how much water you add when you're ink smushing. More water, lighter color. Less water, more vibrant color. So I ink smushed it 1 or 2 more times because I really wanted to pump up the volume on Twisted Citron and the Mermaid Lagoon. Now I got it right where I want it. And now I'm going to emboss some of these hexagons from the Hex Yeah stamp set. And I got to tell you, Kathy, this geometric love and heart was going pitter, pitter, patter when I saw those hexagons. So I rubbed down my ink smush panel with the magic powder bag, inking it up with Versamark ink. Going to stamp it down. I arranged the hexagons in the spots, my happiest spots of the ink smushing. I had to pick some of the spots that made me the happiest. I'm embossing the hexagons in white, and I emboss several. Like I emboss these, and then I'll emboss some more, and then I go ahead and emboss some on the blue and green panel as well. I don't really know what exactly I'm going to do with them at this point. My cards are in evolution, so I just knew I needed a bunch of hexagons. So I'm just going to town, you know, and I'm using Simus's Stamp white embossing powder. And then once I get these all embossed, I'm going to die cut them with the coordinating dies. So update on the bike. I don't know if you watched my last video. I mentioned that my family gave me a bike for Mother's Day, which was a shocking surprise because I didn't ask for a bike, but they got me. And it, by the way, it's really nice. It's one of those like easy rider bikes. It's got the nice cushy seat. It's kind of a coral color. And, you know, when they gave it to me, I thought, why in the world did you spend the money to get me a bike? But I will tell you what, I've been riding the bike every day since they got it. I've been taking my daughter to school and picking her up. We only live a couple blocks, and she's in 2nd grade. And the weather's been absolutely gorgeous, and the lilacs are in full bloom right now, and the smell outside is heavenly. And I probably wouldn't have noticed that had I not been riding my bike. By the way, I'm popping up the hexagons onto a white card base. Before I started popping up these hexagons with the foam tape, I shimmied and shifted and putzed around with these for quite a while until I had a layout that I liked. I took a picture of it with my phone, which is off to the right. You can't see my phone, but I'm referring to that as I lay these down. And then what I'm going to take my Big Mama paper trimmer, trim off the excess hanging off the sides. All that's left to do now is to add a sentiment. Going to be using the sentiments in the Hex Yeah stamp set. So I'm inking up the hay with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And Kathy Zilski, she is a comedian. I'm telling you, her sentiments in her stamp set crack me up. So I stamped hay Then I'm embossing a coordinating sentiment from the hex. Says, "How the hex you been?" Gonna emboss that in white on a thin strip of black cardstock, and I'll pop that up right underneath the hay. And then just to finish it off, I'll add a few sequins and coordinating colors. I'm using a combination of these Crystal Reflection sequins by Simon Says Stamp, as well as a few from the Pool Party. That's a new sequin mix that just came out in the Sending Sunshine release. And this card is finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure and check out the rest of the Sending Sunshine release blog hop. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.